Okay. Hey, everybody. How are you doing today? Hope everyone's doing good. Um, just a quick thumbs up in the chat room that we're all good to go. Just let me know. Thanks for, I see a lot of, you know, the usual suspects here today. Hope everyone's doing good. Jim, I see you are from the Cotswolds, and that is one of my favorite places in England. Um, Man, so many good memories out there. I lived in London pretty much all of 2006, and man, I loved going out there for little weekend getaways. It was just, man, definitely one of my favorite spots. I stayed in Morton and Marsh a lot, which is like a super tiny town, and then I kind of walked everywhere from there. Man, I loved that place like a lot. I miss that. Feels like it was just a few years ago. That was 14 years ago. Man, time flies. It's just not fair. Whoa, I just put my displays to sleep. What the heck? Okay. Anyway, hope everyone's doing good. Just yeah, let me know. I don't see any thumbs up that we're good to go. Are we good to go? Everyone hear me? Thumbs up. Claudio, Robert, Mark, Gary is here. Let me make sure. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Man, the chat is not like auto refreshing. Hold on. I've been trying to use Edge instead of Chrome lately. Not for as my default browser. My default browser is still Safari, but normally when I do live streams, I always used Chrome, and I thought I'd give Edge a shot. And okay, it seems to be auto refreshing now, but man, I assumed Edge was gonna work just as well as Chrome since it's kind of based on Chromium, right? So anyway, maybe we'll keep it. We'll keep it going. So today, I've been doing a lot of live streams on Foundation 6, and because it's awesome, right? Hopefully everyone here has it, but I thought it'd be fun to do something a little bit different today. And so a user, Josh, gave me a little idea about doing one on PageSafe. So I thought doing a simple little video on PageSafe would be fun, and yeah, so I thought we'd dive into that. Let me go ahead and let's just get started. Let me get my screen share going. If the voice is out of sync, maybe try refreshing the browser or something like that. Not much I could do with it. I started the live stream. Not much I could do about that right now. Because if I've learned in the past, if I try to restart the stream, it is chaos. So yeah, maybe try refreshing your browser or something like that. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Voila. I like that little effect. Although I don't care, like the me goes this way, the icon goes that way. I don't know. I'm gonna have to refine that a little bit, I think. But anyway, okay. Let me go ahead and clean up some of the stuff. I was just testing some Total CMS stuff yesterday for a bug fix. Okay. I'm gonna be using Foundation 6 today, but that's just because, well, that's my default theme for everything, right? So, but PageSafe will work obviously in any theme, any framework, you name it. PageSafe will work with it. Okay. I guess we'll just leave the default content for now. Okay. There is absolutely nothing I can do about audio being out of sync. Is the audio sync like really bad? I can here. Let me try if I can turn off my audio and turn it back off or on or something like that. Let's see. If I do. Let's go back here. Change audio. All right, we change the audio to that. Let's see if I change my audio. Oh, turn that off. Okay, test. No. we'll go with that. Let's see. Oh, I can't change the audio of this one. One second. Let's go that. Add it. Audio. There. Add. Okay. Hopefully that fixes it. I don't know. Or I'll switch it back. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully this is okay. I do not want to restart the live stream because that just will boot everyone and then it's just chaos. Okay. So, okay. So, PageSafe. There are. Oh wait, where is? Let's just do safe. Oh, okay. There we go. There are 3 stacks that come with PageSafe. There is Logout, which obviously allows you to log out, the main PageSafe stack, and then StackSafe. And we're going to go over all of these today. But for right now, we're just going to drag out a PageSafe stack. I tend to have it at the very top of the page. It doesn't really matter where you have it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I tend to have it at the top of the page. So we'll go through it. And one thing I should add is that PageSafe, you have to add it to every page that you want to lock. Okay, so it won't work like if you have here. Let's just go ahead and like I'll add a couple of sub pages here, right? So if I have some sub pages, just because I added StackSafe to the home page, it will not lock these sub pages inside RapidWeaver, right? So if I wanted to lock these pages, I would need to either copy paste PageSafe, or probably the best way is to put it in a partial, right? So that you can make sure that your passwords and all of that are still in sync. Okay, so yeah, that is PageSafe. Make sure that if you want it again on multiple pages, toss it in a partial. If you want it on all pages, maybe just throw it in like your site styles partial or something like that if you're using Foundation. But yeah, definitely use partials. For non-stacks pages, well, you're kind of SOL, right? PageSafe will only work on a stacks page. So we are stacks lovers around here. And yeah, it will not lock a non-stacks page. Okay. Also, for your convenience, it does not lock, it doesn't preview, right? So obviously you don't want to preview PageSafe and then have to type in your password just to preview the page. So it will only work on publish. Okay. So that's for your convenience. Oops, I think I just deleted it by accident. What did I do? Oh well, whatever, I'll add it to the page again. Okay. There are different types of passwords. So you can use a digit pin, and you can specify how many digits you want. I think I can go up to 8 digits, 7 digits. Okay. The digits are basically like number-based things. So if you just want to have a quick passcode, just a quick note: there are some known issues with certain Android devices. I haven't been able to replicate it on the Android devices that I have here locally. But there are some devices where for some reason it doesn't like auto advance, right? So the solution for that is just use a password field, and that always seems to work. So you can still use a digit pin if you want for passwords, but it just doesn't have the same look. Okay. Passcodes. This is pretty cool. So in passcodes, what you can supply. Oh, I'm looking at the settings over here. Oh, can I do? Oh shoot, where is? I got a new keyboard, so I'm trying to. All right, there we go. So this passcode setting over here, you can actually define multiple passcodes. Okay, and what's cool is you can define. I think it's. Hold on, is it comma delimited? I'm using a pin. Blah blah. One passcode per line. Yeah. So this needs to be one passcode per line. So what you need to do is you just need to do Alt Enter or Option Enter to do a new line, and then you could do like a new passcode. Okay, so it needs to be one per line. And yeah, so that, and later on we'll actually show you how you can actually, if you're using Total CMS, you can actually integrate this with Total CMS as well. So that's kind of cool. PageSafe ID, we'll go over this in a little bit, but basically this is just going to be your unique ID, because you can actually use PageSafe to lock and unlock different pages. So you can like say, this, we'll go over that in a little bit. Yeah. And then here is the expiration date, right? So we can say like how, after how long do we want the user to have to re-log in, right? Yeah. And then all the rest of these things are kind of like styles. So like, the page title, what's going to show up in the page title when you're on the lock screen. You can style the background colors here, the positions of all this stuff, right? I'm not going to go through all the design stuff. That's pretty simple. Okay. You can add a small logo at the bottom. So like if you wanted a company logo. I guess one thing I should note is the excuse me. There is an icon, right? So you can choose, the default is the keyhole, which kind of has a really cool animation, right? So when it unlocks, it like animates. And then there is a padlock, which has also another cool animation. And there's a couple different padlock examples that you can use. I like the default one. That's my favorite. And then custom image, where if you just want to have a static image there, you can do that too. Okay. We'll give you a preview of what all three of those things look like. And then at the bottom, you can also add a little short disclaimer and maybe like a company logo or something like that down at the bottom. Okay. Let's go ahead and publish this page really quick. Right now, if you notice here, I have passcode set to 1234 and 2345. So let's just go ahead and publish this page. Okay. So there we have, this is my lock page, right? So this is my protected page. And if I go ahead and type 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll see that we get the cool little unlocking animation. The page refreshes and I see my page content, right? Pretty cool. And as you see, I can keep refreshing the page. I can close this down, reopen it, go back to Sandbox, and it kept my session available, right? So it knows, because I had my expire time set to 1 day, I don't need to re-log into this for an entire day. Okay. So yeah, really cool stuff. Makes it very, very convenient. Obviously, if you want less, you can do this by hours or minutes, right? So essentially you can set this to be like, 1 minute. And if I publish that, we can set the expire time to be a minute. Oops, I don't want to preview locally. I was already here. Well, while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and let's change the icon to be a padlock, and then I'm going to add a logout stack. So I want to give us the ability to log out. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to add a logout stack to the page. And if you notice the logout stack, it's just a simple drag and drop. I mean, it's just a drop zone. And the reason for that is I let you put whatever you want inside of it, right? So it needs to be a button or a link, right, to be able to work. So since I'm in Foundation 6, I'm actually just going to chuck in a Foundation button stack. I'm going to chuck in this button here. Let's go ahead and we'll center it. We'll center the button. And we'll put log out. There we go. And here, let's do radius, just so it's a little nicer. And we'll do round. Okay. Let's go ahead and publish that. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log out. Okay, so if you logged out, now we see we have the digit pin again. Let's go ahead and enter in my passcode, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. So again, log out button just logs you out. One thing I should note is if Google indexes this page, it can't. Okay, PageSafe forces Google. It tells Google do not index this page. And also like if you think I'm a clever developer and I'm like, well, I want to see what this locked content is, and I know how to use the cool dev inspector, right? I'm gonna get all this content that is locked. No, you can't. Okay, nothing that's on my page is actually in the source code. Nothing. None of the CSS files, none of the JavaScript files, nothing is on the page. Okay? The only thing here is PageSafe. All of your content that is in this page, including the JavaScript, CSS, anything that could potentially be something that someone could look at, PageSafe hides. It does not send it down to the browser. It is 100% secure in that way. Okay, so you do not need to worry. It is impossible for anyone to get to that content if you're getting this lock screen. Okay, absolutely impossible. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Just to let you know that. So if someone visits the webpage, you can have peace of mind that it is going to work. Okay. So let's go ahead and log in again. I wanted to show you that the log out after a minute. So it should. Let's just go ahead and verify. We go to local storage. I think it's set to a minute. Yeah, it expires at 11:50 and 48 seconds. So let's go ahead and see this. Well, it could be the browser cache, but if I were to close this down, re-enter my session, go to sandbox.jorgen.net. Oh, it's still waiting for it. We'll wait for 11:51 here. 11:51, please come faster. 1 minute always seems really short until you're like waiting for that minute, right? It's crazy. It's like twiddling my thumbs. Come on, 1 minute, 1 minute. Come on, change the time, right? There it goes. Okay, cool. So after 1 minute, I just refreshed the page, boom, it was locked again, right? So just to show you how that works, and then at that point, I would have to re-log in again. Okay, cool. So that is the raw basics of PageSafe. Okay. Again, I'm not going to go over all the styles. You guys can learn how to set colors and do paddings and rounded corners and change labels and stuff like that. You're smart enough to figure that stuff out. I want to go over the stuff that's not necessarily so apparent today. Okay. So one thing I wanted to show, let's delete all of these. Let's do this page 2. Okay. Let's see, what's this URL page? We'll do page 2. Okay. So right now, normally I duplicated this page, right? And normally, like I said earlier, you should be using a partial. Just for this demo's sake, I'm not going to use a partial because I want to do some other things. Okay. What I want to do is I want to show you that. Let's go ahead and publish this. That when I have PageSafe on multiple pages, as long as the PageSafe ID is the same, once I log into one page, I can log into all of the pages. Okay, right? So, and oh shoot, I'm gonna change we'll change it to 1 minute. I'll keep it to 1 day. Actually, let's just do that. It's just so I don't have to keep logging in and logging out. Let's republish that really quick. Okay. So now we're going to go to Sandbox. And let's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're unlocking, refreshing, and there we go. Okay. So if you remember, here, actually, let's do this. So we can see the difference a little bit, because I just realized I published both pages. Oh, this is page 2. Hold on 1 second. Page 2. And this one we're going to change to home. Okay, there we go. Publish that again, just so we can see what page we're on. So again, on the home page, I set the PageSafe ID to be PageSafe. Okay, and then on page 2, the PageSafe ID is also set. Hello, let me click. Thank you. Is also set to PageSafe. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Safari, and if we refresh this, we'll see that I am on the home page. Okay, but if I go to slash page 2, there we go. Now I can also log into page 2 because they have the same PageSafe ID, right? And if I log out from any of these pages, so I'm going to go ahead and click the log out button. Okay, so now I'm still on page 2. Okay, you see here in the URL, I'm still on page 2, right? Okay, but if I go back to the home page, oh, darn browser cache. If I go back to the home page, you'll see that I am logged out. Okay, cool. So let's add in a. I'm going to go ahead and relog in. Okay, and I'm going to add a third page. I'm just going to duplicate this. New page. Okay, and we'll call this out. I guess we should probably just call it page 3. Just so that we're doing it. Okay, we'll keep this all consistent. Page 3. Okay, so now I have page 3. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to give this a different ID. And let's go URL, change that to page 3. Okay, go to settings, and let's change this ID to be page 3. Okay. And let's go ahead and publish that. Okay. So I'm on the home page. I'm still logged in. Let's go ahead and go to page 3. Hit enter. And if you notice here, I'm not logged in. And again, let's just show you if I go back to the home page, I am logged in. Okay. And if I go to page 2, I am logged in. And then if I go to page 3, I am not logged in. And the reason for that is this page 3 has a different PageSafe ID. So it requires a different login. Maybe, you give some credentials to certain people. For a perfect example of this is like, say in like Total CMS, maybe you have an admin page where, some users have access to some elements and other users have access to other elements, right? So you can create 2 different admin pages, and then you can have different logins so that, the people that you want to log into some certain pages, maybe like the super admin page, only they can log into that one, right? So, so that's a great use case. Okay. Let's see what else. We'll go over redirect back at login, redirect on logout. The redirect on logout is interesting. When you click logout, you can actually have them redirect to a different page, right? So when you click the logout button, maybe you redirect to the home page or something like that, right? So if you're in the admin and you click logout, it'll redirect them back to the home page or something like that. That's a pretty useful feature. Okay. Cool. Let's go over something else cool that I think most of you probably aren't aware of. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let's just simplify this. I'm going to delete some of these pages. Right now we're going to, I want to have my, let's say, for example, I want to have a home page, and when someone logs in, okay, when somebody logs in, I want to show more information on the home page. So by default, I want my page to be unlocked and I want to have people, see things. But let's go ahead and add in. Okay. We want to add a stack called StackSafe. And what this is it's a cool stack where you can display certain information if someone is logged in. and other information if a user is not logged in. Okay. Now, obviously, if something is outside of this, you can, it will be displayed like for example, this text stack is outside of the stack safe. It will be displayed all the time, whether or not you're logged in or not logged in, right? So stack safe is purely there for if you want to do something custom when someone is not logged in versus not logged in, right? So for example, if someone is logged in, I want to display this logout stack. If someone is not logged in, oops, wrong button there. I want to display a login link. Okay. So I'm gonna show two separate examples here. And StackSafe is really useful when you don't have PageSafe on this page, right? Because if I have PageSafe on this page like I had it before, okay, if I have this, no matter what I do, this login screen is always going to be displayed. So therefore, this StackSafe stack is kind of useless, okay? But what we can do is let's go ahead and create a new page. And I'm going to call this login. And let's give it a URL of login. Okay. And the only thing that's going to be on this login page is PageSafe. Okay. And let's look at the settings. What we're going to do is I'm going to say redirect back on login. So if I go back to, if I log in, it's going to redirect back to the page I was previously on. Okay. I'm going to keep all the defaults here for the passcodes and the PageSafe ID, just to keep things simple. Okay. So the only thing I'm going to do here is I created a new page. I put PageSafe on it. And then that's the only thing on this page. And then I have redirect back on login turned on. Okay. And now on this home page, this button here, actually I need a link button. Hold on one second. Let's go ahead and get a link button. Link. And we're going to say login, new radius, and we're going to log into this page. Set link. Okay. And let's style the same so it's semi-centered. Center. Okay. So if we're not logged in, we're going to show the login stack. And if we are logged in, I'm going to show the logout stack. Okay. So let's go ahead and publish this. Okay, so right now I'm currently logged in, so I'm going to go ahead and log out. Okay, so now if you notice here, I have a login stack. And because I'm not logged in. So what I can do is I'm going to click login. And this takes me to my login page, right? So if we look at the URL here, it takes me to my login page. Okay. And let's go ahead and log in. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 is my passcode. It's going to unlock. And it redirects me back to, if you notice, it redirects back to the home page. And then it displays the logged in information. So I have a logout button, right? Now here, obviously, you could do something more special, right? You can actually display all kinds of stuff, right, inside StackSafe. I'm just doing something simple with a button, okay? But, you can have an image, you can have entire layouts, maybe you have downloads or you have something, right? You can, some people have even gone pretty nuts where, like, they've swapped out total CMS admin stuff for content, and it's pretty nuts. I think that was kind of crazy, but it's possible, right? So yeah, it's pretty interesting with StackSafe how powerful that is, and it was pretty simple, right? And again, if I were to duplicate this page, I only need one login page now for my entire site. If I want to take this particular approach, right? If I want to lock an entire page, adding a PageSafe directly to a page is definitely the way to go. But if you just want to show and display content based on if someone is logged in, this approach is really, really, really good. Okay. So yeah, there we go. let me see if there's any questions. Let's see. Okay, what is the best practice for an admin page and a separate blog form page? Same page safe or different ones? It really depends on Marin. If it really depends on your setup, right? I mean, I would think if you want someone to have access to the blog form and the normal admin page, you'd have the same page safe, right? But maybe if your customer doesn't want people to be able to create new blog posts, maybe it's only specific people, then you can have a different page safe on there, right? Again, it just depends on your requirements. PageSafe can do it both ways. But if you want, again, if it's just for a simple customer, that's one, maybe two people, and they both want all access to everything, just create one page safe, put the same page safe on both pages, and you're good to go, right? Okay. And then Jody asks, so controlling access to groups of pages is done via separate page IDs. That is correct. So you can definitely think of a page ID as being a way of doing groups. Okay. That is 100% correct. Cool. Let's see. I don't think I see any other questions here, so I'm going to continue on. If there are any questions, I mean, we've gone over a lot, right? I know I went pretty quick, especially the separate login with the stack safe. It's really, really simple. And the stack safe, there's only really one setting in here. And if we zoom in on that, it's just the page safe ID, right? So, obviously you want to make sure that this page safe ID matches the login page safe ID, right? And I mean, you could probably mix and match, like if this stack safe stack, if you had different login pages, you can have different things show up on the page based on what group they're in, what page safe ID they're associated with. That's possible as well. I'm not sure on the use case on that, but it would be possible, right? So if you have, an admin's, page safe ID, you can display something special just for them and then display something different for other people, right? So that's definitely possible with a stack safe stack. That's a hard stack safe stack. Say that 10 times fast. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Last thing to go over is the manage passcodes with Total CMS, and we'll do that. Let me see if there's anything else. Nope. I think that's the last thing to kind of go over with PageSafe. I mean, PageSafe, it's really simple, right? I think so. It's a really simple but very, very powerful stack. Like I said in my email, if you saw the email that I sent out, whenever I see a login page, like, via support, ticket, someone has a page locked with PageSafe, it just makes me happy. Because like, it's so simple and beautiful and elegant, and I love it. It is one of my favorite products that I am most proud of because of its simplicity. Simplicity for the end user, right? And the back end is not very simple to accomplish all this, but it's just, I just love it, right? So I do have ideas. If you've been on my Hangouts, I do have ideas for PageSafe 2. I've been thinking about it for years. It'll probably happen maybe next year. Okay. I have definitely some really cool ideas for PageSafe 2 to make it more secure, give us more passcode options and all kinds of crazy stuff. But for right now, let's go ahead and see how we can manage passcodes with Total CMS. What's the use case with that, right? So the use case for this is you as a designer are building a website for a customer, and the customer wants to be able to control passwords. Okay, so they want to control the passcodes. And let's say, for example, they want to create, let's say they have 5 employees. Okay, maybe what they could do is they could create 5 passwords for 5 different employees. And let's say employee number 5 decides to leave the company, right? What you want to do is you probably want to remove access to that user, right? So what you can do is you can delete that user's password from Total CMS. And what's awesome about this Total CMS integration is that the customer can do that all by himself without you, right? So it doesn't require them calling you and saying, hey, I need a new password for this setup. Can you please do that, right? So yeah, that's a very powerful workflow that allows you to give power to your customers so that they can control their logins for the admin areas of Total CMS or whatever, right? Pretty powerful stuff. Okay, so let's get that done. Let's go ahead and I'm going to create a new page. Well, let's just add it here. Okay, so let's do an example here. If I'm logged in, I'm going to display some information. Let's go ahead and prep this. I probably wouldn't normally do this. Actually, you know, we're going to do it properly. Okay, we're going to do it properly. I'm going to create a new page. And I'm going to call this admin. Okay, we're going to do the folder of admin. Let's just go ahead and build a quick page here. I need an admin core. Come on, admin core. I need a license. Okay, got my license in there. And then, so what this page is going to have is this page is going to have, also I want to lock this page like all the time. So what I'm going to do is, let's do the right thing. I'm going to go ahead and partial this out. I'm going to say, PageSafe partial. Okay. Pop. I'm going to go back to my login page, go to my partials. I'm going to add PageSafe partial up to the top. Okay. Oops. I just wanted to hide that. Hide it. Okay. And let's go ahead and add in. I also want a logout stack, so let's go ahead and log out. Admin page. Let's just add a logout at the bottom. And okay, here we go. And so this is what we're going to use to manage. We're going to use a text field to manage passwords. Okay. Now, do not use HipWig. Okay, use a text editor. Don't allow markdown formatting. If you set this to be a password field, the administrator or whatever, the password field option is really best for if you want to manage one password. Okay. And what that does is here, let's just preview that really quick. Hold on one second. Let's change this ID here to be okay. I'm going to create the CMS ID for this text area to be PageSafe. Okay, and let's preview that again. There we go. Oops. Oh, we want this to be 1. So if you set this to be a password field and form height to be 1 line, okay, what it will do is it creates a password field like that. Okay. Unfortunately, if we want multiple passwords, like with a text input, right, or a text field, text area, sorry, that's what it's called. We cannot password protect those fields, right? So that they are going to be plain text, okay? But yeah, so that is 2 caveats. If you want to use the password field option, set the form height to be 1, but then you only get 1 password, okay? Yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and save that. PageSafe. Okay. Now let's look at this option really quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say redirect on logout. So when we log out, I'm actually going to redirect to the home page. Set link. Okay. And then I want to say manage passcodes in Total CMS. Now, when you say manage passcodes in Total CMS, the PageSafe ID actually has to match the CMS ID, right? So this PageSafe ID I set to PageSafe. So if I go back, okay, and look at my admin text field, that also has to be the same PageSafe ID, right? So that's why I set this one to be PageSafe. I just want to explain that. So if you have multiple PageSafe stacks, and you wanted to manage multiple password areas in Total CMS, the CMS ID needs to match the PageSafe ID. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, let's go ahead and let's publish that. Has to publish all of total CMS. Sorry for the delay. Okay, let's go ahead and preview this bad boy. All right, let's go here. Okay, so I'm currently logged in still. I'm going to log out. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the /admin page. Okay, and we get the login. I'm going to type in my admin. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Oh, did I do? Oh, there it goes. That was odd. Not sure what I did there. Okay, so not a very nicely styled page, but here's a page. Okay, so now I can add additional passcodes. I'm going to go ahead and add 7890, and I'm going to add 4567. Okay, and let's go ahead and save that. Okay, so now I have these two passcodes available to me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and log out. Logout took me to the home page, which there we go. Okay, and now I'm on the content side, right? And let's go ahead and click login. Now, remember I added 4567. You guys can't see me typing, sorry, but I did type in 4567, and that worked, right? And that was because I added that as a passcode. So one thing to note though is the passcode that you add into the PageSafe stack, you can't delete that in Total CMS. Okay, that is like, think of that as like the master password. Okay, that is important that we have that as kind of like a backdoor, because I want to make sure you as the designer always have access to whatever the master password is, right? So that Total CMS can never get rid of whatever is inside PageSafe. They're kind of like added on top of each other, right? So think, if you want to keep this master password from your customer, you can definitely do that, and then they can manage their own, right? But that's important that if let's say they forget their password, you can always log in with your master password and maybe reset theirs or something like that, right? So that's important. Okay. So yeah, so there we go. I am logged in now. If I go back to /admin, I can see that I can edit everything, right? I can delete these. Let's go ahead and save that, right? So now I have no passwords. And let's log out, right? If I log in, if I do 4567 again, it's going to say it failed because those passwords are no longer inside Total CMS, right? So I would need to use the master password, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know what? I have this app I've actually never used before. Let me, where is it? I bought it purely for live streams. Let's turn this bad boy on. Let's see if I can. My goodness, it does not. What was that? That's not what I wanted. Man, it does not like being inside Bartender, does it? Let's go preferences. Show. What the heck? Oh well, I'm not sure what's going on there. What that app does is it'll show like the keystrokes that I'm typing, but whatever. Obviously, it isn't working right now. Okay, cool. So that's pretty cool. Let me show you an example of if I were to use this as a password field, right? So if I do password, we could do 1, publish that page. Okay. And actually here for fun, let's go ahead and change this to be a password instead of a digit pin. Let's go ahead and go back. Let's publish that again. Okay. Let's go. We're on the home page now. I was already logged in. Let's log out. Okay. All right. So let's go to the admin page. All right. So you see now I'm on the admin page, and I can type in a new password. So let's do like PASS. We'll just do password. And as you see here, also you can click on this little doohickey and you can preview and not preview the browser or the password, right? That's kind of a cool thing. And then let's go ahead and save that. There we go. And so now if I log out, I can click the login button. Oops. There we go. Now I have the password field. Oh, I still say enter 4-digit PIN. Maybe that's a hack, right? You could say enter 4-digit PIN, but it's really not a 4-digit PIN. It's a password. All right. So I'm going to type in PASSWORD, enter. No, one password. I don't want to save it. And there we go. So, yeah, pretty cool. Really, really simple stuff. Oh yeah, let me look at, and it does. Is it possible to give a passcode a name? So when I have any passcodes, it will find the name I want to delete very easily. Is it possible to give a passcode a name? So when I have many passcodes, I will find the name I want. No, Gunter, that is not possible right now. So like if you'd have to, he's saying like, is there any way to associate a password with a name? Not right now. PageSafe right now deals with purely passwords. It doesn't have anything in terms of usernames. It ignores any of that. So it's all passcodes. If you wanted, you could like include the person's name in their passcode, or maybe like their employee ID or something like that. You can have some sort of identifier in the password. So that's an option. But there is no way to associate like a username and a password. PageSafe goes with a super simple solution of just password protecting a page with a password. Okay. And originally it was just one password. That's all you had. And then over time, it just kind of became a little bit more complex where you can have multiple passwords. You can integrate it with Total CMS now, right? So, but it's still at its core, the simple idea of password protecting a page super easily with just a password, right? I got the inspiration from our iPhones, right? Because we don't need a username to unlock our iPhones, right? So why do we need one to unlock our web pages? That was my idea, right? That was the original inspiration behind PageSafe was, why do we need usernames? Let's get something that's powerful and simple. So that was really the inspiration behind PageSafe was the iPhone lock screen. So that's that. Charles, I did mention the Android bug. So again, just to reiterate for those that might have joined late, inside PageSafe, it's not all Android devices, only certain Android devices. So if your customer has an Android device, and you want them to use a 4-digit PIN, some Android devices don't like this 4-digit PIN form input. It doesn't auto advance. The bug is actually it doesn't auto advance to each one. So if you just set it to be password, the password field, that works every time. So, yeah, a lot of Android users, the Android devices that I have here, this works. And yeah, it works on, I always works on all iPhones, and it works on any desktop browser that I've ever seen. It's just certain Android devices. I'm not sure if it's the version or what it is, but some Android devices, this 4-digit PIN password field doesn't work. I have it on the bug list to really dig into that for version 2, see if I can really nail it. It's tough since I can't replicate it locally, but yeah. Sweet. Okay. Any other questions? Let me know. I'm happy to spend a few more minutes. If we have any more questions, let me just peruse through the list here. Okay, I went over that. About finding page, yeah, the StackSafe stack. If you search for safe, it'll show up. Sorry, because it doesn't have PageSafe in the name. I think Logout shows up because I don't think I have the PageSafe tag inside the StackSafe stack. I should do that. Simple thing. It's actually gotten me a couple times over the years. I just keep forgetting to add a tag to StackSafe so that it shows up when you search PageSafe as well. It's kind of a crazy one. Sweet. I think that's everything. No more questions. I guess I nailed it. Yes. Thanks Josh for the idea for today's session. Hope this helped everybody out. PageSafe is a super powerful stack. It's simple to use, and when you nail a solution like PageSafe that is both powerful and simple, I think it is just a winner, right? I mean, it is such an amazing product. Again, while I developed it, I love being a user of it as well. Oh, I did notice a question that I put it in the back of my mind. Someone asked, what's the difference with Protect? Total CMS comes with a stack called Protect. It does a lot of the features of PageSafe. It's just a lot simpler. Basically, you can't have more than one ID, so that the idea of the PageSafe ID, it's hard coded inside Protect. So you can only you only get one ID, but the example of, or the use case of it, using it on multiple pages and it'll unlock all pages at once. That's what Protect does inside Total CMS. It's essentially like a light version of PageSafe. But if you want a lot of the features that I showed you today, in terms of potentially having different pages with different logins, using the StackSafe stack, managing passcodes in Total CMS, you need PageSafe for that. Okay. Protect is just a really simple solution. Originally, Total CMS actually didn't even have any sort of login, solutions, because I wanted to allow users to use their own login solutions, such as SiteLock, which is another really elaborate. I'm not going to dive into that, but another solution for full-blown user management and logins and all kinds of other stuff, right? As well as PageSafe was already there, and I didn't want to cannibalize PageSafe with Total CMS. But then that's why I came up with Protect, which is kind of like a light version of PageSafe. So hopefully that answers. I forget who asked that question earlier, but I did see it. So luckily I remember that. So what's the master pin in RapidWeaver when you change the passcode when the pin pass? If you change the password inside Total CMS, again, that whatever passwords are saved inside RapidWeaver never can be changed. They are hard coded. So those will always work. Again, those are the master password. If you saw earlier, I deleted all the passwords from Total CMS, but I was still able to log in with the master password. The passwords that you enter in here can never be deleted unless you delete them from within RapidWeaver and republish, right? So these master passwords that are inside RapidWeaver cannot be deleted or managed with Total CMS. Will PageSafe be a deal of the week? I think PageSafe was already a deal of the week. I don't remember. And I don't really divulge the schedule for deals of the week for obvious reasons. But I think PageSafe might have already been a deal of the week. So if it has been, it won't be on there for a long time. And if it hasn't been, I can't tell you when it will be. So I don't know. Sorry about that. But yeah, obviously I can't divulge that information. Where is the pin stored? So I guess I should be completely upfront and frank. Total CMS is a flat file system, right? All of its content is saved as text files inside of your server within CMS data directory. So your passwords when you save the passwords in Total CMS, they are stored in plain text on your server. That's just, no way around that. That's just how Total CMS works. They are stored as plain text in your server. I'm working with some ideas with PageSafe 2 on, with that sort of, actually it's a feature of Total CMS 2 to encrypt that data. But right now they're stored as plain text. So yeah, they are stored on plain text on your server. But again, those aren't really readily accessible or browsable from the web. But you can also use some htaccess rules if you really wanted to protect that one file. Or you can actually even protect all files within Total CMS from being, browsable. Although that might have some issues, I'm not sure. And I'm pretty sure I have an FAQ on that. Pretty sure, because that question's come up a couple times, Gaston. So, but in terms of the pins, if these pins here are that are inside the stack, these are saved within the PHP, and that can never be seen by the public, right? That's the nature of PHP. All the source code, it's basically stored within the source code on your server, and it is not publicly accessible at all. It's not possible to access that. The only way to access that information is if someone were to hack onto your server and get onto your server. Then yes, they could look at the source code and figure out where the passcodes are. So they'd have to kind of know how to navigate the source code, which isn't easy anyway. And if someone gets on your server, you have bigger problems than that anyway. So they can modify and do whatever they want anyway if they're on your server. So there we go. Yes. Josh Jesso says that he uses the master password. So like I said earlier, so his clients can't change the passwords and lock him out of the admin area. So he keeps these master passwords to himself so that he can always have access. So yeah, that's really important that these master passwords are never modified or changed by Total CMS at all. Okay. So cool. Thanks guys. I hope that, this sheds some light onto you on how you can use PageSafe. Maybe you've used PageSafe, but you haven't delved into some of those other kind of things like StackSafe before, or managing passwords with Total CMS. And hopefully that helped you out. So hopefully we'll see you on Friday at our Hangouts, 1:30 p.m. Pacific. So basically 1 hour from right now, but on Friday. If you don't know where the URL's on the homepage on Weaverspace. There's also Weaverspace/events, or you can just go to Weaverspace/hangout at the time, and it will launch Zoom, and you can have a lot of fun, and you can interact with me and a bunch of other dimwits live, and we can chit chat and have some fun. So cool. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Go out there and make something great, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.